What's up, guys? Welcome to watch party number 2 of the Great Fish Community Challenge. This time, we have a feature called Breaking Cycles, a short documentary about former foster youth who are helping change the stories of foster youth today. Abuse and neglect is a cycle, and here at CASA for Kids, we are all about breaking cycles and helping give children a brighter future. We'll hear from Cheyenne Clark and a group of other former foster youth who share their experiences and what they're doing to help break the cycle for the next generation. So without any further delay, sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's feature.
Breaking the cycle of abuse and neglect is not easy. There are a lot of challenges you face along the way. But I did it. And now I want to help other kids break the cycle too. The cycle in my family was drugs, mental abuse, and a lot of my needs were neglected.
The cycle in my family was physical abuse, mental abuse, and drug use.
The cycle in my family was physical and emotional abuse.
Breaking the cycle of abuse and neglect is all about building healthy relationships.
Hi, Cheyenne.
Hi, are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right.
I'm ready to go. Let's climb in.
This is weird. Now that I'm an adult, I can ride with you.
I know. Oh, Cheyenne, how are things going?
Pretty good. I just graduated with my AA, and it feels really good. And now I can just focus on the focus program.
Yeah, I'm just so excited about what you've done.
I thought maybe my grandparents would do a surprise party or something, but nope.
So your other grandparents, they're still in town, out at the
Yep.
ranch. And do you see them very often?
Yeah, I see them a lot. Jaden he goes there sometimes, or he'll come to work with me sometimes, but he just stayed 3 nights there, and I'm like, all right, it's time for you to come.
3 nights?
No, 3 nights.
Oh!
And I'm like, okay, time to come home. I miss you.
Well, I remember this place. I don't think I've been back.
I don't think I've been back either.
All right.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Let's make it started with you guys today.
Can I do a salad?
And then fill your bag real quick.
I'm going to do the little turkey.
A little turkey.
Cheyenne, do you remember when we used to come here all the time, once a week?
Yeah.
You get dropped off for like an hour?
Yep, like an
Yeah,
hour.
like
Yep.
an hour. And
But-
then
We play pickup sticks, dominoes. Yep.
pretty easy because you were how old?
8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was.
And I've never played games before, so it was all new and learning for me.
Yeah, 8 or 9. So you actually have been through a lot by then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You really made a difference in my life, just being able to come here and play games with you and talk to you and have a safe place to talk and just open up to you. It just really made a difference, just knowing that I had you there and that I didn't have to be scared or hold it all in. It just really helped make a difference. You gave me a lot of hope and hope that I still carry with me today, and hope that I want to share with other people that are just like me. And I want to make a difference, just like you made a difference in my life.
And I think I can see in you the kindness that you have, that you want to pass on to other people that have gone through similar things that you did. And so you want someone else to be able to live through it and be strong like you were, and to go on about your life and do what you've been doing, which has just been amazing. And I think you have all the qualities of helping someone else in your situation because you've been through it. So I think you're really an inspiration and will be to a lot of young people that need it, that think they're the only ones out there. And then, what? She did too? Yeah. So I think that'll really help. Cheyenne, I hear you're involved with a group called Focus, and I know just a little bit about it. And so I really, I don't know enough about it. I just know you're going to be dealing with youth that have been in the same situation you are, and how you could help them with what you went through. But you really need to teach me more about what you do, because I don't understand it all.
Sure. So with Focus, I hope to build off of the CASA relationship and build more relationships with the community and with sibling relationship. I feel like building those healthy relationships are important, and having a group where youth can come and have the peer connection with other youth that are also in foster care. I feel like those are super important. So that's our main goal right now, is to help build those healthy relationships, and then building those relationships in the community also, so they have resources they can lean on. You know, I feel really honored to be a part of this program and be able to give back to the foster youth, and you have a huge part of that, because you just gave me so much hope and encouragement and empowerment, and that is part of what this program is going to be about, is giving back and giving that empowerment and hope to these foster youth.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
My relationship with my CASA made a difference because I knew that I had her. She was there for me, and anything that I needed, I knew that she would fight as hard as she could for me to get it.
My CASA taught me that if I wanted anything out of this life, I had to use my voice. And that just because for certain people it seemed like I was small and invisible, it didn't mean that in reality I was. It meant that I didn't work with those people, and I needed to find people that I connected better with.
My CASA worker was amazing. She helped me through a lot of struggles, such as I was in a foster placement that was abusive. She listened to me, and I trusted her, and she got me out of there. She was a friend to me. We would play games, and she just was there. She helped me through a lot, and I didn't like her at first, but you know what? She became one of the best friends I have. Some of the most important relationships that foster youth need are with their siblings, with their community, and with their peer supports.
Maintaining contact with my siblings is and was very important, because at a very young age I was taught to take care of them. Feeding, clothing, helping my mom get them ready for school. I would say it's like, I don't know, I felt like a mom to them. So the mother bond, I guess.
It was very important to me for keeping contact with my siblings, especially in foster care, because I didn't want them to feel how I did, and I wanted them to know that just because we're on the separate side of town, that I was still there, and I still wanted them, and I still loved them. And I think that's very important, especially in families.
It's so important for youth to be able to maintain healthy, meaningful relationships. And that includes with people, with their siblings. Even if they're not placed together, people need to make visits happen between siblings. It isn't a matter of award or punishment. Your relationship with your family is something that is part of who you are, and it needs to be preserved, and it needs to be a priority.
Because these relationships are important, we want to make sure that the foster youth do not go without.
English breakfast tea.
So what relationships were like most important to you when you were in foster care?
Probably my siblings and my CASA were the most important to me.
Were you able to be with your siblings?
No, not for official placements or anything, which was very hard.
And then how long, like, after you were separated, was it until you got to see them again?
It was 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really hard. Our main hope with the Focus program is to maintain sibling connections and also plug in youth into a peer support. So you do have other youth that are in foster care, so you don't feel so alone.
Right, and that's something I hope to like help with too, is because I have like this desire to help every single kid that is in foster care. I have a desire to make them feel loved and make them feel safe, and I feel like this group will help me with that and feed that desire that I have inside myself.
Yeah, our hopes is that everybody can share their stories and relate with each other.
And not feel like they're the only foster kid in the valley.
Exactly. There were so many challenges. I was a teenager and pregnant and needed to find my own place to live and find a job and learn how to cook and take care of myself and another human being. It just would have been really nice to have the support that I needed, and I didn't have it, and I had to navigate for myself, and it was really tough.
On a national level, we're seeing a lot of statistics that really aren't great. Teens aging out of the foster system are facing a lot of serious problems like homelessness, poverty, drug addiction. All this national data paints a great picture of what the problem is, but it really doesn't offer us any solutions.
Good morning.
Hi! How are you doing? Good.
So I think the unique challenges faced with kids in foster care system, especially as they age out, is that they have a limited amount of people in their tribe, if they even feel that they have a tribe.
Okay. Great. All right. Ready for a little tour? Sure. Tour around. I can just show you the main parts of camp. Yeah, let's do it.
As a teenager, I wished I had help with filling out FAFSA better, because I didn't get adopted or anything, so I didn't have parents' tax forms and everything like that, and filling it FAFSA out is very difficult if you don't have that, because they make you go back and back and back and back, and it took longer than expected. And that's something I wish that I had more help with from people that knew what to do.
So in regards to the tribe, or in relationship to the tribe, is relationship with others and connection with others.
Hi. As you can imagine, if you have a group of like 8 kids who don't know each other, this will be a really good way to learn each other's names. It's also good for us too.
The need that I see that the ramifications of are the lack of relationship. And when they head out into the world and they potentially want to go to college, or they're thinking about trade school, or maybe they just want a really secure job and have a place of their own, and learn how to pay bills and save money and do those sorts of things. Again, they don't have those relationships that can help them get there.
So as these teens grow up, they begin to lose a lot of their supports, their school counselors, social workers, even their CASAs. Eventually, there comes a time when they have to stop working with them. So in the time that we do have with them, we try to empower them and give them the skills to succeed and thrive on their own.
Cheyenne will be coaching advocates in targeted skill development, which will ultimately lead to youth empowerment.
We want to build community around Focus so they can have the healthy relationships and friendships that they need.
I want foster kids to realize that they have a voice.
I really want to give back and give empowerment to youth in foster care, because I know from experience how it feels to be alone and not feel like you have anyone. or that you're nobody to anyone. And I want to be able to help encourage and empower foster youth to have a voice and feel like they belong somewhere, and give them a safe place to come and be themselves.
It gets a little trickier towards the back half of all of it. But we do say that if you really feel like you need to fall, it's just a team building exercise.
Yes.
You know, it's really not the end of the world if you fall off. So don't try and make any
It's
giant
safer to
heroic
just fall
action.
than to like really like throw yourself around and try to balance.
Yeah, and hurt yourself. Yeah.
Empowerment means having the courage to do anything.
Empowerment to me is confidence and being able to be yourself and stand up for yourself.
Empowerment is having both the skills and the confidence to not only set goals, but go out and achieve them. And no one really succeeds on their own. There's always a support system or some sort of contact or mentor that helps guide you along the path to success.
I want to help empower foster youth to be successful and belong somewhere in the community.
When I think of what helps create empowerment for teens who've been in foster care, I think of what's happened in their background. There's a pretty strong likelihood they've been in a number of foster families. They've had a number of changes in schools, a number of changes in communities, and sometimes even states. And so it's really hard for kids to form trusting connections with people. I think that's one of the things that is a huge help for kids with CASA is one person who hopefully has a long-term relationship with these teens, and it's a trusting relationship. And CASAs are advocating for kids to be in a loving, stable home environment where they have the capability to create trust. I think that one of the things that's often overlooked for foster children is they're so often marginalized, and I think teenagers feel this profoundly by the time they're in their second or their third or their fourth or their fifth home. So I think that sense of belonging in a community is crucial. And what I mean by that is just being able to have connection to adults that they can trust, peers they can trust, where they can take music lessons, or they can be active in sports, or they have an active role in their church, and where they have a voice, and that they're listened to, and that they feel like they can make a meaningful contribution to the community. So I think all of those things are where CASA comes in and can help kids feel that sense of empowerment, that they matter.
I'm like super excited about the Focus program because we both have the opportunity to give back to the youth that are in foster care like we were.
Right. That's something I'm mostly excited about with it, is getting to know other kids in foster care and making them feel more wanted and less alone.
For sure. I know, like, when I was in foster care, I felt super alone and, like, didn't have anybody. And my CASA worker really empowered me to not feel alone and just gave me that hope. And this program is shaped around empowerment and giving hope. And I'm just super excited to be a part of that and share the opportunity with other youth such as yourself and getting together and helping the younger youth.
I also want them to feel like they don't have to be their parents, or they don't have to go back to their parents. Because that's something I also struggled with. Was there was at one point where I was like, I feel like I'm just gonna end up like my mom. Like, I'm gonna end up with someone who's gonna treat me terrible, and I'm not gonna have like much of a say in my life, and I'm just kind of like gonna be there.
Sure, that the relation connection and having healthy relationships, and
that not everybody in this world is toxic. And something else my CASA taught me was that I am my own person, and I don't have to be what my mom was. I can break out of that, and I can be something better if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And that's something I really want to stress to kids in foster care at the moment.
Yeah, I'm excited to give them a voice to speak speak up for themselves and have the courage to speak out to others too.
Right.
The Whitefish Community Foundation established the Kids Fund Grant Program in 2019 with the help of several individuals who wanted to end child homelessness in the Flathead Valley. The Kids Fund Committee immediately identified Jamie had all the pieces of the puzzle to make the Focus program a program that would have a lasting impact on this extremely vulnerable portion of our population, which is kids that are aging out of foster care. We were really excited to fund this program because we could see that the Focus program was focused on building relationships for this vulnerable population, that these kids were going to have a resource that previously they would not have had. So the program is innovative and something that we hadn't been able to previously have the opportunity to fund. And lastly, we were very impressed that the program is sustainable, and that is key for the Kids Fund. The Kids Fund wants to fund programs that make lasting change for these kids, and the Focus program gives us the opportunity to do that.
That's what Focus is all about. We want to make a change for foster youth today. We can't do it alone. We need our community, and we need you.
Wow, it is so amazing to hear what Cheyenne and the Focus Group are setting out to accomplish. And you can be part of it as well. You can help break the cycle of abuse and neglect for foster youth in our community. By giving to CASA through the Great Fish, you are maximizing your donation and helping more children in foster care break the cycle. So click on the link below and give to CASA through the Great Fish today. Don't forget to join us for the live video on Facebook with Cheyenne Clark and special guests as they talk about the documentary and answer your questions. Together, we can help end child abuse and neglect in our community, one child at a time.